You don't look autistic. Oh, you must be high functioning. But you got good grades. This is what some people have told me. Some people may think this is a compliment, but saying this is not empowering. The autism spectrum is not linear, ranging from less autistic to more autistic, or low functioning to high functioning. Perception, routines, executive functioning, social skills, stimming, sensory, and fixations all manifest themselves uniquely and differently in each autistic individual. For example, I stim by dancing, which comforts me. And when I'm anxious, it calms me down. If you asked other autistic people to do the same, you might be met with an uneasy frown or possibly a meltdown. Being able to dance doesn't make me high functioning or low functioning, it's just different ways of stimming. And all of us stim differently. That's the autism spectrum. Even though autistics are individually unique in our own separate way, I came up with a framework that will hopefully empower autistic individuals to reach their fullest potential, and I'd like to share it with you all today. It's called SOAR, S-O-A-R. S is for support. In my case, it was family support, friend support, educator support, and community support. Family provided me with emotional support because sometimes I would get frustrated and would get deflated because I admit, sometimes I would throw a fit. However, my family would comfort me and let me see how I could achieve anything I put my mind to, even get that degree. High school degree, undergrad college degree, and eventually master's in psychology degree. Friends supported me by understanding my quirks. My waving, my breaking, and my popping were described as fireworks. Whether it was dancing randomly in public or rapping to a song, when my friends joined in, they made me feel like I belong. Educators supported me by helping me after class. Explanations and questions were often in mass. To help my autistic self reach my fullest potential, I have received helpful comments from educators and figures who are influential. With empathy, they asked, "What can I do to help you?" Or, "You don't get this? Let's work this through." Community members supported me by making me feel safe to be my authentic self. I was always included and never left alone by myself. If an autistic person does not feel like they have support or someone that cares, allies within social media groups organized and moderated by autistic individuals are available out there. I promise you, you are not alone, because we all have allies that help strengthen and support our backbone, and they will cheer you on through your every milestone. O is for open. Open to saying, I have a disability, or I am autistic. Open to saying, I need help. Open to new learning experiences and accepting that I need to learn in a different way. First, I thought a test was a race, and whoever finishes first wins. I didn't know that you could go at your own pace. Sometimes I wanted to finish with everyone else to save face. But I learned I had to take my time and give myself some grace. I had to be open and accept that it takes me longer, which ultimately showed my learning became stronger. I told my educators when I didn't get it. So these great patient educators would come over and sit and explain it to me again and ask me, now do you get it? And I must admit, there are times where I told them no. Instead of giving up on me, they helped me grow. They would explain it to me in a different way until I would say, okay, I get it. Even though I have a disability, these great educators would still commit to my understanding, learning, and would never quit. They did not limit or deter my learning, my constant need to understand facts, and my educational yearning, although many of my questions kept on returning. This is how educators can empower an autistic individual to grow to their fullest potential, by not giving up on us and working with us for growth that is exponential. A is for advocacy. It's important to learn how to self-advocate. I am strong. I am autistic. I often state. We can't assume all educators are great because some educators don't have that good trait. That's why it's important to self-advocate. However, there were many educators that advocated for me. They were unafraid to speak up to their peers and administrators to help them see how I needed a 504 plan, which are accommodations, and would try to influence others to agree. My parents and family would also advocate for me. And believe me when I say that is no hyperbole. Yes, it's important to self-advocate with pride, but it sure helps to fight these battles with others advocating on your side. R is for resources. Resources such as IEPs and 504 plans, which again are accommodations. My 504 plan allowed me to have extra time on tests, a note taker, and to be able to sit in front of the class. I needed my 504 plan, even though I was almost denied, because the administrators just saw my high grades and didn't think I needed my 504 plan as a guide. The administrators thought my parents were tiger parents, who are stereotypical Asian parents, who through strict parenting hold unrealistic, high expectations and standards for their kids in school, when my Asian parents' only rule was to do my best. However, they saw how much I was stressed. I didn't even know how to study for a test, and sometimes I didn't understand the questions on the test, so I just guessed. This is why I feel blessed that my parents and family were on a quest to get me the resources I needed, such as a 504 plan to succeed, because I needed it indeed. The administrators didn't see how long and hard I worked to get that high grade and how desperately I needed that 504 plan as an aid. It shouldn't matter how many A's I'm getting because they didn't see the amount of time I'm spending due to this type of neurotypical setting. The extra time allowed me to read the questions over and over again until I understood it, to feel confident that I understood what all the questions were asking before I could submit it. And I must admit, without extra time, I might have just quit. Having the resource, such as a 504 plan, helped empower me by making it possible for me to succeed much more likely. You see, overall, by allowing me and empowering me and other autistic individuals to reach our fullest potential, there is something I believe is truly essential. Please don't call me, other autistic individuals, or disabled people special needs, because what we are asking for is not special. They are just needs that we hope that we can get so we can proceed. I'll conclude with this. I'm hoping everyone listening will be empowered to open the door so we autistics can be independent and able to soar.